Welcome to Sample Sunday. Now I say, welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings. Brian is my name. I hope you all are well. It is Sunday, the start of a new week, kind of. I like to think Sunday is the start because Monday no one likes. That's really the start because everyone goes to work, except me. But this is a little bit of time before that happens, so we get to just relax, enjoy the quiet. Mike Franklin, hello. Welcome to another day with whiskey. I have been overdoing it. I have to say, I have been overdoing it this past weekend, and I don't know if I like it thus far because I had a stream on Friday, which was glorious. I had been extremely anxious about that stream for well over a week and a half, 2 weeks. It went well. Everything went well. It was great. And then Saturday morning, Scotch down under his stream with the Star Trek stuff. What else? I was on Cheech's stream a little bit last night. Whiskey Encore, I mean. And then it's tonight. It was like 4 in a row. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling a little burnt out from socializing. I don't know why. It's not like I really interacting directly with people, but for whatever reason, just doing this can get to me. Unsurprisingly. Let's get to the whiskey. I have 2 samples here. Oh, also, I don't have any Texas whiskey, but it's Bourbon Night is doing Balcones or just Texas whiskey after this stream, which will be 8 p.m. And most importantly, there's a stream going on later this evening. Where is it? I need the banner of it still. There we go. The Alzheimer's fundraiser on Whiskey Mountain's channel. Sunday, that's today, 9 p.m. Bottle giveaways, live guests, all the fun things. I'm going to start with, this is Old Forester 1910, 93 proof, apparently. I'm certain I've had Old Forester before. I just don't remember which ones. Cheech, we were just talking about you. Talking about the fact that I was on your stream last night. Yes, that's what we were talking about. Don't worry, you can go back and check and see if I said anything bad, because it's only been 2 minutes. So here we go. This is from Amy Boehm. She gave me the samples. You know they're from her because they are vials. Sciencey. I like them. I may go into these a little bit. I'm not going to go into any extremes with whiskey tonight. I'm definitely going to pour all of them because I'm celebrating still the fact that I got past dry week, so I need to drink in excess. No. I actually need to be very careful. As you can imagine, not drinking for a whole week makes it so you have to be twice as careful when you get back to it. John McGillin, hello. How are you? Welcome to the show. I feel like this is going to be a hard stream for me because I can't really top Friday. I can't. I mean, I can have other guests, certainly. That is sporadic at best. Because it's not easy to deal with people's schedules, and I have such bizarre times, kind of bizarre time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I like to think it's available for some people. Let's look at the color of this, shall we? It looks glorious. That. Let's see if I can get close to the camera. Will you focus? Of course not. Why would you? You get the general idea. Oh, gosh. It smells like candy. Caramel candy. Oh, I have them right there. I want to say Werther's, but I haven't had a Werther's. I have some. They're over there, off camera. But I haven't actually had one in a while. Oh, of course. The psycho next door decides to vacuum now. What a surprise. She'll also do that about 10 minutes before 11 p.m. as well. Yay. And a brown sugar smell. It's lovely. Let me know what you're drinking, if anything. I mean, anything like water, whiskey, prune juice, lemonade. I have to think about content to make this week. It was weird to have a whole week of just not having to make a whiskey video. I did make a video. I hope some of you saw it. It was short, at least, but it required a lot more work. Funny enough, doing a very short video about my daily weirdness was harder to do than just make a 10 to 15 minute video about whiskey. This is editing stuff. Ugh. Ouch. Unsurprisingly, this smells delicious. I'm not salivating like crazy yet, but I'll get there. There's something else about this. What is that? This is the fun part about the whiskey. It's where you're just going, what the hell? Ooh. Oh, is that the, what is that? I've heard of it. It's like a rejuvenating thingamajig. I've never had one. Ooh, John McGillen. Guess what's next for me? I've never had this one. I like 1792, or at least I like the full proof. And this is the 12 year, which I've never had. So I'm looking forward to that next. Be glorious. Glorious. Ugh. Oh, man. Port Charlotte, Ardbeg, and Lefroy. That's quite a combo. I actually have to mull over. Well, I've been mulling over, actually, what kind of whiskey I need to give my father, because Father's Day. Also, happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. You know who you are. I am not one of those people. But my father is at the house, and as I'm a recluse, and also going out on Father's Day to do the Father's Day thing, that is my nightmare, pretty much, as far as the amount of people at restaurants and milling about on the roads and at bars. Just my brain just starts to freak out. Cherry Black, welcome. So we're doing something tomorrow, Monday. That seems to be the safer bet for me and my family, or mostly for me. I don't know if my parents are okay with going out on Father's Day to restaurants and stuff, because that's just, how do I explain that to people when it makes sense? You know, like you understand the chaos that ensues on those kind of holidays. Mother's Day, Father's Day, the real big ones, Thanksgiving, Easter, Christmas. Like those days at restaurants are a nightmare for the people who work there, and for me in general, just thinking about that kind of environment, it's not fun for me. So I actively avoid them, much like I actively avoid most things, like going outside. By the way, it smells lovely. I actually have to get the full proof again. And I've never had the 12 year before until now. Well, this is the 12 year. I haven't had it yet. This is just the Old Forester 1910, which I have a little blip about. I have both of the blips. I'm debating whether I'm going to pull them up on screen or not. I might. I was smart enough to at least have them prepared so we can all look them over at once. I feel that's a little more interesting than me going and looking at the other screen or looking directly at this screen. We'll see. We're still working on the pins and needles. No, that's not right. Sticks and stones. Nope. The kinks. There we go. We're still working at the kinks of doing stream stuff. As far as the fancy stuff. Like me just doing this is great. I'm just talking to the camera and the people who are here, who are hiding in the camera. I was holding it too long. Ow. Huh. The texture isn't what I thought it would be. It's a little thinner. You can probably hear the vacuum. Apologies. I have stuff stuck in my head again. I've been watching too much Bo Burnham stuff, by the way. And if you haven't watched Inside of Netflix, I recommend you do. You do not have to, but I have enjoyed watching it many times since its release. It touched a place near and dear to my heart. Pandemic mental illness, dry humor of sorts. Sometimes dark humor. Yay. That's where my brain goes. There you go. Yeah. There's one of those down the road. That's why part of why I go there and have a whiskey every now and then. I go and have. Speaking of which, segue. Speaking of which, there is still a bottle fund for me tonight. I'm not going to talk it up too much because I would like people to spend money on the Alzheimer's Fund coming up after it's Bourbon Night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. But if you're feeling generous and just had money to throw around, I have. Oh God, where is it? I have about $45 left until we reach the goal for the Oban 14, which is the whiskey I get at said restaurant. And usually they give me a ginormous, 3-ounce pour at least. And it's delicious. Usually I only have it out at restaurants. We're going to do the rest of the stream like this. I hope no one minds. No, we're not. That'd be kind of weird. Leslie Zeller, hello, welcome to the stream. I feel like I need to say a welcome differently every time someone talks, really slightly. I don't know why. I should do that in real life, just meeting new people. Brian, this is Bill. Hello, Bill, how are you? I'm fine, Brian. Brian, this is Steve. Hello, Steve, how you doing? Just confuse the hell out of everyone I meet. That would be fine. I'd be okay with that. I'm wondering why this was thinner than I expected. I don't know if thin is the right word, but I guess I expect a certain texture out of my whiskey, and I'm wondering if that's because of high proof thing. I tend to like high proofs, and that might be a texture thing. And this one is lower. Not stupidly low. It's, 40... Oh, man, I can't do math. $41.5? That doesn't feel right. This is how bad I am at math. I hate letting people know that. So it's 93 proof. So that's 45. See, I did it wrong already. 45, 46. I'm going to use a calculator in a second. Anyway, it's above 40%, but below 50. That's what I was saying. That was my point. God. So I believe I'm used to higher proof stuff, tasting a certain way, or feeling a certain way. That's it. I can feel it going down. That's the funny part. It's kind of chocolatey, a little bit. A little bit of spice. Not too much tongue tingles. That's what I call it. It's basically when I feel like something's stabbing your tongue. Tongue tingles. It's actually really easy to sip on. And I kind of like it as a, I want to say an introductory whiskey, but if I'm feeling it do that to me, which happens anyway on most whiskeys, I don't know if it'd be good to introduce someone to this. I still have to find a specific list in my brain. Not in my brain. Write it down. Make a file. Save it. Of beginner 40% stuff. I should probably make a video about that. I'm probably not going to make a video about that. I should. 40 proof or 40 proof whiskey. 40% bourbons. That'd be the easiest thing for me to do at the moment because I have many bourbon. Oh, wait. I forgot. I don't really have 40% bourbons behind me. I have 45% and up, with a couple, the 40% stuff being Irish. Maybe I could start there. Because those are actually a better introduction to whiskey, I feel. As a, I don't want to say simple. Safer route. Irish whiskey is pretty safe for most people. If they're curious about whiskey, it's not going to, come in and smack you in the face like some other ones, like high proof bourbons or peated scotches and such. Oban 19. Whew. Do it. Dressing up is nice sometimes. I need to do that a few more. I have to start doing that for myself. It's something I've done once before, and it's not a bad thing. It just feels odd to kind of take yourself out, dress up nice, go someplace that's a little more expensive than you usually would go to. Get some nice food, enjoy just the solitude or the quiet or the atmosphere, whatever you want to call it. Befriend the waiter almost, or the bartender. I would definitely try to sit at the bar because that's a little more comfortable as far as sitting at a booth by yourself feels a bit weird, but sitting at a bar by yourself, socially acceptable. So yay. Well, I would definitely take up a whole booth by myself as well, because I could just stretch out and be like, yeah, how you doing? I'd really talk to people like that, apparently. But I have to actually get my fancy clothes washed and dry cleaned and all that garbage because I haven't worn them in a long time. The last time I wore them was actually my brother's wedding, which was 5-6 years ago. I have no idea. A long time. I don't dress up very much. Or was it one of my videos? Probably one of my videos. I don't remember which one, but I did do that for one of them. Oh, and again, it's Bourbon Night is doing Texas stuff tonight. And the thought had crossed my mind. They'd be like, oh, I'll do some Texas whiskey. Well, I don't have any, son of a bitch. No Texas whiskey for me. But I do have the shirt. Because I've been there once upon a time in the end of 2019, which feels weird to say. Oh, and the birthday. I should mention the birthday. There will possibly be a birthday stream for me on July 7th. I have no idea what I'm going to stream about or do or say or anything, but it's a possibility. And I may just do a I don't give a shit stream kind of thing. So I'll stream as long as I feel like at whatever time I want. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do. I feel like I should do something because 40th birthday was, not really a thing. But I can't think of anything to do. Like, what do you do for your 40th birthday anyway? It's not like I had plans. Go to a strip club? I don't know. Seems like a thing people do my age. At some point, they're just like, I give up. Oh, hang out at the strip club. They do have a bar there. I've been there a couple times. It's a nice place, sort of. It takes a lot for me to go to a strip club because the women are very, I don't want to say aggressive, but they will come up and talk to me, which is one of those things where I'm just like, I know you want me to give you money. Stop, please. I just want to sit here for a minute. I'm just looking. And sometimes I can get really offended if you're like, not interested, not right now. Thank you very much. It's an interesting experience. I've only gone to a strip club like 3 times in my life, maybe 4. I don't remember. I wouldn't mind it. I could go to the casino and waste money. That's a thing. I haven't been to the casino yet. I will document that on Instagram. No, that's not really documenting. Maybe Instagram. Instagram remembers everything you post, much like Facebook does. So we'll see. I do miss going to the casino and sitting at the bar and talking with the people who work there. That was something I actually enjoyed before last year did its thing. Silence. Sorry. It does smell nice, though. I'm going to pull up the sheet. As I think some of you are aware, slip into a weird accent. Okay. As some of you are aware, this isn't exactly a review thing. This is a sample Sunday hangout kind of thing. But I do like to learn more about the spirit I am partaking of. And I like to get a little further in depth with the notes. Will we actually get that, considering how some of these web pages are for people who actually produce the product? One way to find out. That's to actually check. So I'm going to try to do that now. I've given a few notes. I'll see if I can give a few more. The smell is really nice. It's a taste that's a little, not upsetting, disappointing, just a little bit. Yeah. There's only a little bit of spice to it. It was nice. It's kind of like a caramel candy thing. And a little brown sugar. Everything you expect from bourbon. And a little dry. So I guess you get some of that oak stuff. I'm noticing the finish now. It is sticking. It's weird. I don't know. I'm trying to decide what kind of texture I like for my whiskey because that's the thing that comes up in the videos I do. What is it? The two that bug me the most: texture and it's not viscosity. What the hell is it? Hold on, I gotta check because it's gonna bother me if I don't. And yes, I still have Bo Burnham's song stuck in my head, except it's like his end thing for Happy, where he just kind of rap talks at the same time because I could relate to that thing where he's talking about performing for people and the feeling between the person who's performing and the audience. It's hard to describe, but he did it very well, I think. Where is it? Today we have man frantically searching for information he can't find. Well, not really frantic, but oh, there it is. Oh, I even have those still. Forgot about those. All right. I am looking for the ones that talk about texture. Palette? Was it palette? I think it was palette. Oop, I didn't want to cover the screen. Texture and body. That's what it was. Just trying to, so the body of this or the texture of this are the things that screw me up. Those are the two that bother me the most because I can't really separate them easily. And even when you look up the two words, it's hard to describe exactly what they're talking about. Texture, I understand. Body is the one where I kind of go, what? Okay. I said the word body and suddenly I had the song, You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman. I don't know how to feel about that. But body, yes, body for whiskey is weird to me. I haven't quite nailed that down. Texture, yes. I know the texture for this one feels weird to me. As far as the taste and smell, all right, let's do the thing, which I'm not good at, but we will try it. That's the wrong thing. Nope. Oh, that's how good I am at it. I don't want to share. Do I? No. Oh, wait, share screen. Aha. There we go. All right, we're on the 1910 Old Forester. Blam. David Greschke, hi. Is that working? Oop. Hold, please. There we go. Ha! It did work. Unfortunately, I have it on the wrong thing. All right, so we're in the Old Forester. I can't see the screen at the moment. I will do this, though. I see you! Hello. We're trying, well, if you can't tell, I'm trying Old Forester in 1910. Surprise. And we are about to learn a little more about it. 2 barrels, 1 fine bourbon. All right, aroma. Buttercream, sticky toffee, cedar, and apricot. Ooh, that's a good one. Buttercream, yep. Sticky toffee, yep. I think I just said caramel, but those are much better words. Mr. Whiskey Shits, hello, cheers to you. I will highlight the comment once I'm done looking at the screen here. Taste. Smooth, yeah, definitely. Well-rounded mingling of sweet oatmeal raisin cookies and milk chocolate. Oh, I did say chocolate. Leading into caramel corn and involving spice. Well, I don't know where they got raisin cookie on the taste. I haven't had a raisin cookie, an oatmeal raisin cookie in quite a while because those are the cookies of disappointment, unfortunately. For me, there are some good ones out there, actually. They have to have a lot more cinnamon. Finish, charred oak leads with a clean peripheral spice. Peripheral? There's the word. I'd agree to some of these. The aroma one was spot on as far as sounding really fancy, and also I agree. Buttercream, sticky toffee, cedar, maybe a little bit. I'm actually not getting any apricot that I'm aware of. But the taste isn't. I don't like how they started out with smooth, but it is, as I mentioned before, easy to drink. No, I don't get any raisin cookie. Oh well, that's fine. That's them. That's their playbook. How do I make this go away? There we go. Mr. Whiskey should. Oh, as I said. Welcome to the show. We're having whiskey. Let us know what you're drinking. No. Oh, this is lovely. I don't know if I would buy this. And I also didn't look up the price, but I have a feeling it was much more than I would want to spend on a whiskey, which is, more than $25 usually. Yay. Can't complain, though, as many of you have noticed. There is a plethora of whiskey behind me. And I always still ask for more. What a greedy son of a... Stop it. You have to have content. And basically, I like having whiskeys I like. So far, we've done, what, 2? 1, 2? I can't remember. Hold, please. 1, at least. We did... No, wait, 2. That's right. Ha! So far, we've had 2... I don't want to say GoFundMe. That doesn't sound right. Donations? No, funds. Whiskey funds. There we go. Whiskey funds. The Maker's Mark set, which was dumbfounding that I got that much money that quickly. Like $100 for that 3-pack. That was nuts. And now we're working on... I should probably put the price amount somewhere. I'll have to figure that out later. But it's a $65 bottle, I think, because the place that's selling it, I'm a little skeptical. Because when I look at the price at the place I usually go, it's $75 for that bottle. But the one down the road, less than a mile, is $65. And I haven't really seen an Oban 14 for that kind of price. And as I mentioned, we are at $45 because there was a donation last Friday. When was it? Last Friday? Last Sunday? Not long ago. I want to say Friday. No, it couldn't have been. It was probably Wednesday. That's what's throwing me off. I've been doing more streams, so sometimes I lose track of time. Days just blur together. But we have $20 down, $45 to go, and then I can hopefully review the Oban 14 officially. I don't want to say review. I hate that word. I don't hate that word. I don't like using that word. There we go. I just like saying first taste. If it's on it, obviously, the first time I've had the whiskey. I've done re-review, which is, just me sampling it again. I can't call it second taste. Retaste? That doesn't sound right. I had a word for it, but I can't remember what it is now. But different kind of videos need different kind of names. And though I know people are looking for reviews, I don't feel like I'm an official... You have to have a... How do I put this? You have to have a certain confidence and feeling about your opinions, which, as someone with mental problems, I do not have. I will give my opinions and realize that's all they are, is my experience with the whiskey. And should other people agree with those experiences, great. If not, well, there are plenty of other people who drink whiskey and talk about it. So hopefully one of them agrees with you. I think Daniel Whittington had a nice way of saying it, is you find, like if someone's, what are they called? A music reviewer? It sounds weird. Someone who talks about music, I suppose, and they talk about a band that you like, and everything they say you agree with. And then other people talk about the same band. They shit all over it, and you just go, what the hell? So you're certainly going to go with the person who is along your lines of interest rather than people who are just trashing everything. Although people do that. I don't know who. That's no fun for me. I don't like saying bad things about whiskey, but I will give my honest opinion as best I can for what it's worth. And as with this one, although I do enjoy it, it is not quite up to snuff, as it were. And I've had other 1918? Where am I? 1910. I've had other 1910s I really liked, or Old Forester 1910s, I suppose, more than this one. And I imagine it was because it's a higher proof. I could have done that last weekend, maybe. No, I definitely didn't do it last weekend. That was dry week. Not long ago, maybe another week ago. God, time is not my friend. Even today, I don't know about you, but the day is just kind of slipping by me. However, as I mentioned earlier, I'm doing too much. Too many streams in a row. Friday night stream, which was amazing. And the big surprise, that was one of my most watched streams, unsurprisingly. For some reason, I don't know why. So that's going to be hard to top ever. And Saturday morning, Saturday night on Whiskey Encore, I was there briefly. I wasn't, I was pretty burnt out, but I was there and saying hi. And now today, where we have the Sunday Sample Day. And I have to prepare myself mentally for everything that's going to happen tonight. As many of you are aware, there is a stream going on later this evening, and it's moving on me. For Speak of the Devil, Whiskey Mountains, who's the person who just arrived in chat. That is weird. There you go. Cheers to you. I hope you're getting ready, you're bracing yourself for what you have decided to do later this week, later this evening. Because the thought of doing what you're going to do is terrifying to me. Maybe you dig that getting ready and prepping stuff and organizing things. I think that's organizing and rationalizing. I have no idea how that came into my brain. Whatever. But good to see you, to say the least. And if you're just joining us, this is Old Forester 1910. I'm enjoying it. Yes, you have been preparing for weeks. I know what my brain says to that is just hopefully it goes. Smoothly is something I actively avoid. As soon as I feel like I say that, it's all over. I'm sure it'll go fine. But you know me. I was always expecting the worst, basically. Pretty much. I didn't say it 3 times, but I definitely mentioned it a couple times. As you can see, the thing is scrolling right at the bottom here. We were talking about it because it's going to be fun. Or at least it's going to be chaotic. There's whiskey bottles to be had. That's the main point, sort of. Other than the donations. Those are actually the main point. Nick, I remember I had the 1920, and I think I liked it better than this. But I also don't remember what the hell I said about 1920, because that's my brain. That's also part of why I do these videos. For those of you who aren't aware, my initial reason for making whiskey videos were just to have my first impressions of whiskey at all, because I just started getting into it, and I just made 5-minute recordings of myself to see what my initial impressions are. But for this one, I think I like the 1920 better, but I am not sure. Will Henderson, hello. What is happening? Well, I'm breathing oxygen, and the lights are on. The crazy lady next door stopped vacuuming, so that's nice. I'm drinking whiskey. I have water. There are pretzels, and Hot Ones is on my screen over here because I didn't finish it before the stream started. It's got Elizabeth Olsen. So, plug for First We Feast. Not that they need it. But I like her as an actor. And she's like 32. They talked about that in the video. I was like, holy shit. If I was anywhere near where she was at 32, I'd be terrified. But I think that's also why I can relate to a lot of things that Bo Burnham has done, because he just turned 30 last year, and I just turned 40 last year. And let's just say our weird sense of humor lines up a good amount, and our mental problems as well, unfortunately for him. That's why I have that song stuck in my head right now where he's talking about his at the end of Happy, where it's like this fake rap outro thing. And he talks about the audience, basically, the people who are viewing. What did he say? Part of me hates you, part of me needs you, part of me fears you. That's what being in theatrics are like. Being a spectacle, at least sometimes. More so on stage, I think. In this situation, I'm just sitting in my apartment and there's no real absolute terror from the audience. It is. I've been watching it since the beginning, man. It's weird. It's weird to see how it went from that to this. It's like every single celebrity you can think about. My goal in life is to be on Hot Ones someday. That's not really my goal in life, but it's a nice thought. I just want to try all the freaking hot sauces without having to go buy them all and buy the wings. I just want to be like, here, enjoy. And I'm not great with hot sauce. There is a point where my brain just is like, why? But I do kind of enjoy the experience as far as I want to say, because of my brain being the way it is, it triggers my fight or flightness thing. So I'm actually fighting against something finally, rather than just feeling like something horrible is about to happen. So while my whole body is just going through just extreme situations with hot sauces, you feel relief afterwards. Like once it's all over, you're like, you feel better. I think that's part of the hot sauce thing, just coming out the other end and being like, oh gosh, I made it. I think. Or schlong. Welcome. I always am happy to show off your avatar because it's glorious. I'm nervous for her. I'm barely involved. I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is be there. I don't even have to do that technically, but holy sh! I'm wondering, in my head, I'm thinking about how many people are actually going to be in her stream just watching. As a high ball or a low ball, I'm not really sure which one, 100 viewers at once? Because I know Whiskey Mountain gets like 20 to 50-ish, maybe? I don't remember. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be chaotic. And having all those big name whiskey people, whiskey tubers, that's going to bring in the crazy right there. Good. Let's talk about how you'll be more nervous. No, let's not do that. I'm nervous for you, and that's just how I am, I think. But I'm glad all the money is going to the Alzheimer's Fund, because as you know, I have personal history of it, unfortunately, and many people do. I think that's part of why it's gaining such traction and doing so well, or hopefully will do well. Ooh. Franchising options. She does have shirt. Well, Whiskey Mountains, you do have some kind of shirt, right, that you can get. I forget what that's about. It's going to be epic. I can only tell Whiskey Mountains what I've experienced recently is that there's nothing you can do about how you're feeling up until it happens. When it's happening, for me at least, it's not really a problem. And then there's a great deal of relief once it's over, because it's like, oh, it's done. And, you were worrying and making yourself all anxious for no good reason. But I had that problem when, spoilers, it's not spoilers, it happened already, when I was about to have, it's bourbon night on. I had like actual anxiety dreams before, a week before they even showed up on the stream. So that was great for me. John T, hello, welcome. Cheers. Hell. But thankfully that's done. And I want to think that the dreams are going to go away. I've had like one or two. I had some weird dreams earlier today that were not great. They were indicating that I was emotionally distressed in some way, shape, or form. So don't know what that's about, but it happens a lot, unfortunately, where I just feel like crying or getting upset or just wanting to disconnect from everything. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I think it's because I've been mulling over different videos, which are a little bit, what's the word? They make you feel exposed, I guess. Or at least I feel exposed because I have to talk about all the horrible things that happen to me on a daily basis. New logo is excellent. I remember seeing some of those. Oh yeah, that's understandable. That happens with a lot of people. I've noticed, like a lot of other streamers, they start a stream and just something's wrong. And for me, well, thus far, just by using StreamYard and having, not changing my setup much at all, I haven't really had any problems. I don't think StreamYard's the best, but I'm still getting used to it, and it's pretty easy to have guests on with it, so usually there's no major issue so far. Mostly I'm just glad it lets me have guests. That's fun. And I don't have to dick around with like OBS and that kind of stuff. I still wish I could have little fireworks. I know you were talking about trying to get those, and I would like them so I at least can know if someone donated, but, whatever. Well, hello, my name is Stacy. How are you? Stash. Yes, I know what you meant. It's not my persona or anything. I don't have a persona. No, I have multiple personas probably. None of them are named Stacy. But it's getting there. I didn't actually do anything with it tonight. This is just from what I did on Friday. Oddly enough, I'm lazy. But it's staying in one place. So that's good. I feel like I should read that out loud because I'm reading it, not saying anything. It's funny, I told Nick that even if something messes up and it takes me time to fix it, so many of y'all will defend me against any people getting mad. Well, yeah, that's the thing. If you're, much like here, I think, if you're coming in here with a bad attitude and negative stuff, I don't need that. And thankfully, I can just remove it, as can any moderators. They can just be like, oh, that's not nice. You can be quiet now. Come back later when you've learned your lesson. Time out. I have a song stuck in my head, by the way. Aviators? What are those? I feel like I know what that is. I'm not sure what it is. Part of me wants to say sunglasses. Part of me thinks it's some kind of clothing. Part of me might think it's a hat. Enlighten me, because I'm out of the loop. It sounds like sunglasses to me. I don't know. The one thing I'd be terrified about, mostly, not to make things worse for Risky Mountains, but the one thing that's crawling around my brain is having so many guests on. I get tweaked out just having one or two, as with last Friday. But trying to navigate a bunch of people is just terrifying. I know it's easy. StreamYard makes things fairly easy with that, but that kind of juggling. There you go. That's positive thinking. Oh, the big square sunglasses. I thought so. I'll have to look into it. If they cost money, I probably can't do it, but now I want to look up what they are. Hold on. I have a visual idea. Oh, those things. The big freaking, yeah, okay. Do I have some of those? I feel like I should, or do. There's always doing theater. There's a lot of weird random shit you have sometimes. I'll have to look. I don't think I actually have real aviators, but I might have something that looks like them. Those sound like they're expensive, actually, so maybe they are. Yeah, so far. I mean, there's... So as some of you know, most of you probably don't, but just because of the way I am and the way I feel occasionally, I've had to kind of pull back a little bit from the whiskey community. Not anyone here, not in a severe way, but I can't really focus on things very well. And having, 8 to 10 different whiskey tubers or more doing stuff all week, all those Instagrams, not so much with Twitter, but too many distractions and too many things that can be used as ammunition against myself in my head. Not anyone's actually doing it, but I posted a video earlier. I'll post it again, actually, because Important that everyone here understands what's going on up here as best you can. It's really hard to get it through with words easily. But a few minutes on a YouTube video and you're golden. At least you have a better idea. I actually have to find it now. This song is still stuck in my head, by the way. God damn it. It is. I'm still waiting for that community to give me 1,000 subscribers, but 500 is good right now. My joke is that I'm gaining on people. What was I doing? Shit. Oh, there we go. 1,000 is the end goal, but I am well aware that it's really the community that has to help you do that. And people have to just generally be interested. So there's that as well. Shit. It's not where I thought it was. Oh, that's the one I forgot. One thing I'm going to do, not tonight, because I want all the money to go to Adriana, or if anyone wants to donate to me for the bottle fund, you can. I won't stop you, but most of the money tonight is going to go to a cause. And I don't know why I said a cause, but I did. Get to the video. Ryan Towner, hello, welcome. Ouch. Oh, there we go. It's a good idea. But I am going to, what was I saying? Well, I'm going to start doing sample giveaways because the realization that I have more whiskey than I could drink in, well, a couple of years, actually. I've had a lot of these bottles for too long, and I want to start sharing / getting rid of it and making money at the same time, sort of. So the idea is going to be, yes, Angel Envy at 500. It says right on the bottle. I'll show it for anyone who hasn't seen it. I put it within arm's reach, yet on display. This was donated. Okay, will it even gonna show up? Hold on. To KillCo Whiskey Musings. That's what the WM means. Oh, that hurts. I can't read it. Open at 500 subs or as needed. I'm gonna open it at 500 subs. That is not a comfortable position. Oh, we're getting there. Whew. I'm getting there. I'm not doing all the things I should be doing. That's the problem. And it's something I'm mulling over doing just to get to the 1,000, where you do the silly things like the only 5 bourbons you need, or you only need 5 whiskeys. That's what it is, or 5 bourbons, something like that. And whiskeys of the year, people like doing that, like seeing that stuff. The content like don't be fooled by this, or there's a lot of buzzwords and that kind of things that you can put in titles to kind of invite people in, and I really hate doing that, but I have to get to 1,000 subscribers, and that's the way to do it. Well, I don't know if I'm active. I think I'm following it for the most part. I usually get smacked. No, that was Whiskey Tribe's Reddit thing. I tried to post a video about something, and they're like, "No, self-promotion." And I was like, "It's the a little confusion, a little lost in translation thing there, I think, where I have literally heard Rex and Daniel say, we want to see more stuff about people actually experiencing the whiskey rather than the, I bought a whiskey / what's it called? Kung Fu fighting. So I bought a whiskey Kung Fu and bottled down a whiskey It's Raining Men stuff. If you don't understand that, I'm sorry. But they wanted more of the actual enjoying the whiskey stuff, and that's how I understood it. That's why I posted the video on Reddit, and they're like, no self-promotion. And I just went, I understand that it's a YouTube channel about whiskey, and I am trying to get followers, and there is monetary possibilities. There has been. But I was really just sharing it so I could tell people about the whiskey and how I liked it. That was the feeling I got. It's a little upsetting. Right? I hope so. Oop, just got my little reminder for 1, how many steps I have, and 2, it's bourbon night later. Well, yeah. I'm sure it's in the title. I'm sure it's in the freaking Whiskey Tribe Reddit thing. The problem that's been popping up lately is people are feeling negatively about the Whiskey Tribe because the Whiskey Tribe has gotten so big, especially on Reddit and Facebook. But in my brain, the actual Whiskey Tribe people are the ones who are supporting them on Patreon. That's where, like, I've been doing that for years. So those are the people I'm used to seeing and that are generally interested in doing not only Crowded Barrel stuff, enjoying the video content, but also trying to help out Wizard Academy in general. It's like a big thing. It's not just the, watching the videos. Like, I would like to go to learn more about things at Wizard Academy, but that would be a very large fundraiser that I would have to do. I think it'd be $2,000 plus to $2,000 for the class, and then the amount to actually get there. So yeah, don't think that's going to happen. But keep in mind, I am thinking of doing sample giveaways. They're going to be expensive because, as many of you know, I don't have a job. Other than this is the job. But the idea is $10 will get you one. We're not doing it now, to be clear. But $10 will, when I do it, get you an entry. So every $10 you donate, you get an entry. And then I have to figure out what kind of whiskeys I'm going to give away, because that's going to be a hard part. I'll have to switch between bourbons and scotches and Irish, that kind of thing. I was tempted to do like dealer's choice kind of thing, but that would be more complicated. I would have to, for every person that won, I would have to get in touch, show them all the whiskeys I have. Then they would have to get back to me for which they want to try. So I don't know. It could be a Patreon thing that would help, where I ask them questions, because I do have patrons. By the way, I have Patreon. I did it. Link below. Because that's easier. Like, I like doing crowdsourcing stuff. I like that idea of getting input from people who are interested. It helps my brain. They're probably talking about all the whiskey distilleries too much. I know they have talked about Balcones a lot. They talked about it recently. They even did a spoof with Adriana, where Adriana and Rex, whenever Daniel said Balcones, they had to drink 3 times. Not a good idea. It's like anything, I believe, anything that's kind of gaining traction and being talked about and that kind of thing. It'll pass. They always do. I want to say that's the same thing with, Blanton's and Weller and stuff. But that's one of those, it becomes more mainstream and then kind of fades off kind of thing. It's weird. Yeah, right? I'll be right there. I did find out that, Kentucky is about a 16-hour drive. Not going to do that. Co-op whiskey, hello. Welcome. Speaking of someone who likes Elijah Craig, we weren't actually talking about that. We were talking about Balcones. But I know they are trying to, do the whole Texas Whiskey Trail thing, and Balcones is a pretty big name down there right now. Crowded Barrel, not so much. But the ones that I really liked when I only went to 7, mind you. I didn't go to Balcones either because that was way too far away. But I did enjoy, what was it? Andalusia, especially like the Andalusia. And that was just a small distillery. Crowded Barrel, of course, because, Crowded Barrel. And what was the other one I really liked? God, I went to 7 in 2 days, and it was a little blurry because alcohol. I am going to post that video, don't worry. It's in my brain still, thankfully. There we go. I'm going to do that now. Excuse me. But I'll get to this one in a second. I'm trying to think of the memory of which one I really liked. Andalusia, Crowded Barrel, and there's 5 of the distilleries I went to. God damn it. That's going to bug me. I'll just say Andalusia. There were a couple others that were pretty close together. They're not sticking out. There was one that was mostly supposed to be a brewery. And that one was okay. They didn't really have as much whiskey as I wanted. They had plenty of beer. What else? I went to Milam Green. That was really tiny as well. That was going to be a bigger place. Oh, my brain doesn't want to work right now because of alcohol. Anyway. I would say go to Andalusia. It's not too far from Crowded Barrel. It's not too far from Austin. It was not Iron Root. Iron Root was much farther away. I wish I could have gone to Iron Root. But hello, Richie Z. Blech. Welcome. Whoa. You son of a gun. Give it to me. Especially the Four Roses. I like Four Roses. I'm thinking about being a Four Roses fanboy. I'm not going to. Here we go. A link to a video I ask you all to watch at some point. Not right now. It's called 7 Signs You Hate Yourself. And does a pretty good explanation of what kind of stuff is going on in my head all the time. It gives pretty good examples of the kind of things that are going on that are difficult to deal with in general, because when you look in the mirror, well, you're not thinking good things, unfortunately. You want to, you just don't. And it goes with like making content on here. And part of why I had to kind of shrink off a little bit, which is also a bad thing, because pulling away from people who are interested in what you're doing and trying to help it to some extent, it's not good. Isolating yourself, that's another problem. If you watch the video, you'll see. And criticism, a lot of self-criticism. It's great for everything I do, mostly video content. Comparing myself to other YouTube channels, that's not good. I do it a lot. It's just ammo. It's like, I'm not as good as they are. Why am I still trying to do this? Blah, 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 you know, just gets worse and worse. Bakunis? I know someone said about an Irish accent or something. Bukins? Bukins? Boy. Sort of. I do like Wild Turkey. I do like Rare Breed. I wouldn't call myself a fanboy because I've tried the Russells and I wasn't really impressed. But I do like it. I definitely want to go to the distillery. Yeah, I'm not going to say I'm a fanboy or anything just yet. But I do have favorites in Four Roses and Wild Turkey stuff thus far. I'm sure there are others. I know there is. I have a lot of Elijah Craig bottles for some reason. Oh, that's the stuff. I had to finish this. I shouldn't have poured all of it, but I did. Well, my fear is about the Wild Turkey thing is that it's becoming so popular. Things are going to get problematic. Suddenly, Russells are going to be more expensive, harder to find. What is it, Tater Chasers? Is that what that is? I can't remember. But you're going to get the same kind of pappy thing with Russells and Wild Turkey products, and I don't want that to happen. I don't want Wild Turkey 101 to go up in price because of all this sudden attention. So do it. If you like drinking it that way, it's cool, man. Do your thing as long as you like it. It's the only thing that matters about drinking whiskey. Drink it the way you like. The best whiskey is the whiskey you like, the way you like to drink it. Simple. Much like many things in life, no one else has to like it the same way you do. That song stuck in my head. We're having that right now, Barn Door. Hi, Barn Door. Hello. I don't know if I said hello, but I am trying Old Forester 1910 right now. It's not my favorite. I think I like the 1920 a little better. It's good, but I wouldn't go hunting the bottle down. Thankfully, I didn't have to. So, you know, there's that. I do not. Ballerines? I do not know it. There's a lot of stuff I don't know, though, so I'm not surprised. Ow. Pretty much, Co-op, you have a problem. There's going to be an intervention at some point. Woo! Oh, that's good. Spicy. A little bit, actually. Not as spicy as wild turkey, but... Oh, trying to follow conversations are fun. Is Andalusia a place in Texas? Or is it in Puerto Rico? I lost everything. I know it's a whiskey place, a distillery. That's all I know. That song stuck in my head. As I was saying, be sure to check out that video if you want to learn a little bit more about how my mental health stuff works. It's not great, but it explains a lot. And it's why I kind of have to disconnect from things occasionally, at least with larger whiskey tube channels. I have to sort of actively step away from them because I start comparing myself to what they're doing and then trying to measure my success and my content against what they're doing. That's not going to help. I just have to focus on what I'm doing and enjoy doing it. If I start to compare everything I'm doing to other places that are much bigger and more popular and just have more followers and generate subscribers, it's not good. It's fuel for the fire of my really messed up head. And I don't need to do that. Region of Spain. I have no idea either. I just know it's called Andalusia. Yes. Yeah, I was talking about Andalusia, the distillery, so I got confused. Ugh. I've never been to Spain. I've never been out of the country, technically. Hang on. You look familiar. And yes, epic mustache detected. Thank you. I'm going to get it the way I like it someday. I haven't gotten it there yet, but soon. Hello, Ben. All right, I'm going to finish off this 1910, and then I'm going to move to what I'm looking forward to, honestly, this 1792 12 year, which is 96.6 proof. It'll be glorious, I hope, maybe. Just a conversation again. It's hard to keep track of things, man. You have no idea. Some of you know. Oh, where'd that come from? I'm glad you're here, Whiskey Bounce. I was afraid you're going to be like pulling your hair out and running around, just trying to get things together. It's nice to have some whiskey, relax. Enjoy the moment, as they say. That's part of the good thing with whiskey is I have to actually focus on it to an extent, except when I'm doing this, which is why I don't even try to do actual reviews for a stream. I just kind of experience it a little bit and share what I know via the internet and Google. It's amazing. Nom, nom, nom. Bavaria. The Outback. Crikey. Outback's a steakhouse. It's not in Australia. That's a joke. It's a bad joke. I'm sorry. But I get what you mean. I understand that Texas is almost a completely different country as far as America is concerned, but... Okay, good. Good. Looking forward to it. Trying to keep an eye on the clock. Not great at that. God, this is annoying. Oh, and how did things go last night on Whiskey Encore? I was not there. I had to dip. I don't even know what Cheech had officially. I think he started into the first one officially. I don't remember what it was. But he was going to go into that. That's the last thing I remember. Because then I just unplugged and fell asleep at like 2 a.m. Which is. Oh, yeah, be sure to like and subscribe, by the way. I haven't said that yet. I imagine most of you already have, but you got to say it. Click the YouTube overlords demand your thumbs. It's them, not me, I promise. Nice. I don't even try to do that. My thing is just to enjoy the damn whiskey. And I don't like competitiveness. I'm not that kind of person. It just stresses me out. And if I lose or if I do poorly, that is fuel for the fire, as I said, and I don't need it. I'd just rather not. I'd rather not feel the failure and give ammunition to my rather negative mind, as it were. I forgot. I don't need to change that, but I guess I should. All right, I'm going to finish this off. And we're going to go on the next one, which is the 1792 12 year, which I've never had. I've had the full proof, which I really liked. Also, it was a store pick. It's good. I will have to try some Old Forester officially at some point. I'll get myself a bottle, actually do a video about it. I still haven't decided what this week's video will be like. I have a couple things in mind. I may even try to do a video for tomorrow. I kind of doubt that, so don't hold me to it. Since there's so much going on tonight, I probably won't be able to pull myself away from it all. But I do have a couple of things to do. I have to pick some samples for my dad out of all the whiskey I have, and I can't quite decide what to do. He likes peated scotch, and I have a lot of that. So I'm considering a bunch of those, maybe a few bourbons, maybe a few Irish. I'm thinking of mixing it up quite a bit. And I have to make the labels. My label maker is way the hell over there. But I have it, so it's okay. Also, one of the reasons I might be doing giveaways is because I can actually label the damn bottles. And also, I have a lot of whiskey bottles that have been washed and cleaned and are ready to be reused. So there's that as well. This whiskey tastes like water. It's a joke. It was water. I think you can. Can't you donate early? It'll be entered. I have no idea. Oh, there we go. I don't think I can handle this right now. The end of Happy by Bo Burnham, by the way. Ouch. That's why I can't do them. I can't do competitive things. I prefer, as you may be aware, the less. Let me pour this whiskey first. Get distracted by myself. Oh, yeah. What was I going to say? I forget. Competitiveness, yes. That is definitely a draw for people to watch, is people getting, going against each other. That's why sports are so popular, as I understand it. Don't watch sports, so I don't know. But that stuff stresses me out, so I don't watch in general. It doesn't actually stress me out. I don't watch sports because I don't care. I don't have any feelings about any teams in any sports at all, ever. Although if I wear a Red Sox shirt, people get really uppity and start talking about the Yankees for some reason, which is hilarious. Same would happen with if I wore a Celtics shirt, or what's the other one around here? Patriots. People really hate the Patriots. So that's a thing. At least for this area, like New England area, that's a thing. Don't understand it. Bourbon Neophyte. Hello. Welcome to the show. Oh, that's the kind of glasses I need right there. The ones you got on. Oop, everything moved. Booyah. Right? I helped. My dollar amount is in there. I'm not going to say what it is because I know what everyone else is donating and I don't stand a chance. But I wanted to donate at least a little. Speaking of donations, If you want to help the bottle fund tonight, you're free to do so. The link is down below, and I think it's pinned up there. If you want to help with Whiskey Fund, which is, I will repeat myself because that's what you need to do every now and then during a stream, is I'm going to try to get one of these. And it's $65. I only have $45 left. If you're wondering why I'm asking other people to help me get them up for the bottle, I can't afford it. You probably won't believe me because of all the whiskey behind me, but it's true. I mentioned before, I don't actually have a day job because mental illness. Yay! See video link above to try to figure out what that's all about. It's great. It's not, I promise. I almost wish there was some kind of experience you could give people to make them understand what mental illness is like what you're actually going through every day. I'm trying to make videos about that. I don't know if it's going to work too well. Trying it, though. The one I did last Wednesday was kind of like that. Kind of. It was very disjointed. Hello. Well, that's not a good start. I'm being reminded of nail polish. Is this the alcohol? I have no idea. Richard Z, thank you. Whoop. Yes. YouTube overlords demand your thumbs. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Ding the bell. Smack the bell. Bell the bell. I can also just tell you I usually try to get videos out on Wednesday at 11 a.m. Usually. And I am dabbling with doing streams on Wednesdays. So right now it's, for the moment, Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and we're working on the Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm not going to definite the Wednesday. That can go one way or the other. Depends on how I'm feeling, honestly. I'm glad you liked it, Co-op. It was a bit scary to actually bring the video content that close to home. But it worked. People seem to enjoy it. I haven't had any negative comments. Uh-oh. What have you done? And thank you, David. Donations are awesome. Gives me a chance to try things I normally wouldn't. Or at the very least, with this one, with the Oban 14, I've had it before. I really enjoy it. But I've never gone into depth as to why. And that is really the thing I want to do with the bottle. The hell? Oh. Apparently I had Instagram open for a minute there. Nice. All right, now I have to work that in. Huh. Look at my phone. It's super entertaining. I know. Sorry. All right, let's do... What? Hold on. I got to do math now. It's going to hurt my head. I'm rounding down. I think. Do I wonder? The amount that I got was $17, and that might be because, actually, I have no idea what you actually donated, but I know PayPal will take a cut if you don't say friends. There you go. Okay, 16. Good. Why did these things give me weird numbers? I'm getting mixed signals from PayPal. 16. Cool. I will try to subtract that from what I have. Boo. $29 left to go, or 30. 29. That was weird. I think that's just how much is in my PayPal or something. I don't understand it. 16 is what it officially says. So there you go. I'm trying to figure out what the hell that other one was about. That was weird. It's like $17.05. And I went, why? Doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't... Explain. Oh, did I? Yeah, there was a tag on there. Or something. Yeah, you have to do the friends and family thing, or else PayPal will hit a charge for you. If you just do friends and family, it's fine. They don't care. But anything else, they just go, hey, I'm going to take a cut now. Not much. I don't know if they did that to you, but it was weird. The amount was weird. But $30, $29, $29. I don't like saying $29. $30 left to go. I mean, that would be nice, but there's no huge rush. And officially, I've only been making content for 2 years, I think. Yes, this September 1st will be the second year. 2019 is when I started. And unfortunately, I started at a both good and bad time. Bad because at the end of the year, I lost my pet cat, Rainbow Bridge and stuff. But, so that was how my December was. Cool. And then, the net 2020, that, as you all know, kept me inside. I got to make content, but I wasn't really feeling great because, global pandemic thing. Right? Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. That's part of it. Oh, is it? I had no idea. Well, that sucks. Those greedy PayPal European, I have no idea. That's unfortunate. But thank you again for donating. Costs aside, doesn't matter. Oh, that is nice. It's almost a complete opposite of the other one. This is very spicy. I want to say baking spices, but I'm trying to narrow that down. A little bit of cinnamon. Not so much brown sugar. It's actually reminding me of wild turkey, funny enough. And the smell is still a bit weird. It's like a nail polish thing, which I'm kind of surprised at because the 1792 Foolproof that I had a while back, I think that was the first donated bottle actually, so it was quite a while ago. That was like creme brulee. This does not smell nor taste like creme brulee. Unfortunately, I have cedar stuck in my head because the last one we did, so I'm kind of projecting that onto the smell here, which is not helpful. Maybe a little citrus? I'm trying to think if I'm getting an orange rind thing. It's freaking me out. I don't want to say the nail polish smell is kind of dissipated a bit, but I'm just going to stick my whole nose in here. That didn't help. It's bonkers. I just need to ask you how you got all the big name whiskey tubers on there. Granted, I definitely had It's Bourbon Night here on Friday, and that was surprising and amazing. There's part of my brain that's still going like, I have no idea why they decided to come on this stream because I have less than 500 subscribers. I don't understand. I don't know why they wanted to stop in, but they did. And it was wonderful. It was just a nice time. But my brain will always say that. It'll always not understand why people are happy to spend time in my company. There's always just there's no understanding here. There's been a mistake. I don't understand. It's great. Oh, yeah. All the spices on this are glorious. Funny enough. I can't quite tell about the texture. I just realized that all I get are the spices. They distract me from the actual feel of it because it's just those little pinpricks in my tongue. Glorious, though. But, again, a little drying at the end, too. What is that? Whoa. That kind of feeling. It's like a film. I think it has to be my mood. I have to be in a certain mood for it. And right now, after the one I just had, which I did like, but it was kind of meh-ish, this is quite a step up as far as getting my attention goes. I'm not sure if it's a hell of a lot better so far, but it's interesting. I'll give it that. Now, there you go. I have to manipulate other people to do things for me. No, that doesn't sound right. I have to ask others for favors. That doesn't sound great either. It's much like subscribers, I think. The main way I think I'm getting subscribers, I really don't know, is from other sources to some extent, like people telling people about it, or like Friday, there was a significant jump in subscribers because It's Bourbon Night was on here and they broadcast it on the Patreon. So I assume some of those people came in here and subscribed, but I don't know. But there was a general uptick suddenly. If you couldn't tell, I could tell. Almost 10 people in one night. It was weird, but good. Good. Hopefully they'll stick around. I like to think people who subscribe are going to stick around because you actually have to go there and unsubscribe, and it's a thing. Granted, I did do that recently, but also because a lot of the channels I was following, or some of them, just weren't active anymore. I'm going to be active forever, as long as I have an apartment and somewhere to live and cable and food and water and a car. So, oh boy, till that doesn't happen, at least. So another year or two, I guess. For those of you who are unaware, my car is a 2007 Chevy Malibu. I don't know how much longer it'll last, and I know I can't get a new one. Part of my brain wants to say, I'll get an electric car. No, you won't. You'll get whatever you can afford, and you know it. You can't afford anything. I'll get a bicycle. I have a bicycle. I'll just switch to that instead. It'll be fine. I'm trying to think of a wish list of people I'd like on here. I reached out to a few. Some have gotten back to me. Some have just not. Really? Any Bohm, hello. We're trying your whiskeys tonight. I had the 1910, Old Forester 1910 earlier in the stream. And we are now working on the 1792 12 year, which I'm finding to be very spicy. I like. Well, there you go. Science. I like to think I'm just the kind of streamer you put on in the background, basically. It's fine. By the way, I have a Patreon. Also, as we said earlier, like and subscribe and bell and content, stuff, words, things. Come on back now here. Oh, look at the love. Gotta love that. And yes, David, I am keenly aware of the amount of people who are in here. I wish I didn't do that because it's not healthy for me. But unfortunately with StreamYard, it's right there on the screen. So I can't not notice when it goes up and down. And a lot of times I've done this and it's been less than 10 people. But that's okay. I'm okay with that. It's just one of those little things where, again, this is comparisons that I should not do. So I will compare the amount of people in my room to the amount of people in, let's be crazy here, ADHD Whiskey's room during his streams. Not a good idea. Or Mash and Drum. Not a good idea. Don't do that to yourself, Brian. I will do it every time. Okay, fine. I guess it's on the paid version. I don't know. I assume. But it is technically right. Hold on. This is going to be harder than I thought. I'll just change to 18. So it's right up here for me in this corner. Oh, there we go. That's a little better. Oh, you can't see it, but I promise it's there. And over here in this corner, it says live and tells me the time. I don't remember if it does that for the unpaid version. I assume it does because I had to keep track somehow. But this is the basic payment. And this is, again, only because I have patrons. As soon as I don't have any patrons, that's where my brain went. If I ever get, less than $25 a month, we're creeping up to 100. We're getting there. But if I ever somehow get to less than $25 a month on Patreon, I will have to go back to the free version because the only way I'm able to afford this is via Patreon because it's a one payment every month and it's $25, I think. I wish I could find a free way to do it. I know there are ways to do it, but unfortunately, as far as accessibility and ease of use and ability to invite people on, this is the easiest version. I talked to Roy. I talked to Aquavite about it, and he uses it all the time as well. So, and I can broadcast to 2 places at once, which I've been doing the past, 4 or 5 or 6 streams, just because I'm trying to get that sweet, sweet Twitch revenue. Shh, don't tell YouTube. But I am doing that as well because I plan eventually to maybe possibly sort of work on doing Twitch streams where I'm playing games because I don't feel like that would fit here. I will broadcast it everywhere, so anyone who wants to watch me play games on Twitch can show up and chit chat and have whiskey, but I have a feeling that's a separate entity from having a conversation with people and engaging. This is a talk show on Twitch, technically. So we're having a talk show right now about whiskey. I didn't want to call it just chatting because that's certainly something that's kind of overdone in the Twitch world, I hear. My brain. Lobster out of a Glencairn. That sounds atrocious. And also, I've had lobster, and I'm not impressed. You just smother it with butter, and it tastes like butter. Not much else. We know, Bourbon. We're waiting for you to figure it out. Welcome back. Classic latte. Ooh, latte. I mean, technically, I think I should have calamari in a Glencairn. I'm not going to do that either, but that seems to be the fad from last year somehow. I still don't quite understand what that was about. It's an internet thing, I think. There was something that happened, and Rhode Island popped up, and the guy came on. He was like, "Hey, freaking calamari," and that was it. That was the whole thing. I don't really understand the whole process, but that's what I remember as far as my brain goes. I don't even know what kind of accent that was, but whatever. I'm still trying to figure out the smell I'm getting. I'm equating it to nail polish. Okay, switching my thoughts here. It's not nail polish. It's nail polish remover, and don't ask me why I know how that smells. For all you know, I could have something on my nails right now. I don't, but I could. Woo. It's not spicy now. Just a little bit. Woo. It's going. Click the, save that. Whatever you want to do with it. People. I can't click on that yet. It's not there yet. Oh, there we go. I want to say she's up to at least 35. I have no idea. Maybe 40? I'll say 35. I'm lowballing. I'm still a little upset that I have more than 40 bottles behind me now. Like in total, my thought process before, and if you've been on this stream numerous times, you'll understand that I had a thing in mind where I will not have more than 40 bottles because 40 bottles is my age. I'm 40 years old. So, idea was do not have more than 40 bottles. That should be an easy thing to not do. And then the Whiskey Tube channel started gaining traction, and suddenly, I'm not really sure how many bottles I have now, actually. I think it's over 40. I know that much. 27. That's a lot. I will take 7 of those just to keep them safe. I will not. I will win one of them, I'm sure. No, I won't. Boop. Good luck. I'll see you there. I'll be watching It's Bourbon Night, and then I'll be switching right over to you. I'll probably open up your chat. Yes, happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. Whichever one of those you may be. I have said Happy Father's Day to my father. I could, I don't even know if I have a picture. Oh, I do. It's an old picture. I will try to do this for the viewers and the Father's Day thing. Mostly for the Father's Day thing. The viewers don't give a flag. Anyway. Well, that's not going to happen. I hope. I don't have the room. As I mentioned earlier, I'm thinking about doing sample giveaways. And that will be $10 for a ticket or whatever. And then I will hand deliver those samples to people. But that's something in the works in the back of my mind. And I do not want to start that anytime soon. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I could start it on my birthday. So a couple weeks. Tentatively. That way I can gift things to other people on a day where I would receive gifts. I should mention to my dad and my mom what kind of bottle I would want, because they technically will try to get me something. And I want to at least just tell them. Be like, this one is good. My dad actually got one that I really enjoyed a few years ago. And I'm going to probably tell him to get that again. I'm also probably going to tell him exactly which store to go to, because he has a habit of just having them delivered to his house, and often they're overpriced. So I don't want to do that. The bottle I'm thinking of is at least $70, so we'll see. Green Spot, if you're wondering. I wish I could find one of the fancy green spots, but I haven't seen them. Or Blue Spot, but that would cost even more, and I don't want to ask for that. That'll probably be a bottle fund similar to the freaking Open 14. We'll see. I forgot what I was doing. Shit. Oh, that's right. I was going to throw up. I was going to add a photograph. There we go. If I can find it. Probably can't. I can't do this. I fixed up this picture and everything. I don't know how good it's going to look. We'll see. But since we're talking about Audrey on the stream later, I wanted to at least blip on the screen here. That is my great aunt Annie. She is the person who unfortunately died of Alzheimer's in her later years. And that is part of why I'm interested in her stream. You can kind of tell she's an adorable, sweet, or was an adorable, sweet lady, but you can also sort of see from the picture that I believe, or at least my mother thinks, that dementia was starting to set in, sort of. I don't know. I think someone just took a picture of her and surprised her. But there's another photograph of her that you might see later on Whiskey Mountain stream. Maybe. But that is my little 2 cents about the Alzheimer's stuff. Someone in my family definitely had it and unfortunately died of it eventually. And it was really rough. I mean, I was just a kid at the time, and it's one of those things where you grow up. You're a kid. You grow up as a kid, and you have this person in your life who's always there. And in my early teenage years, I think, is when things started getting worse for her, and she didn't know who we were, and she was in a home, and it was just heartbreaking, to say the least, to see that happen to anyone. And I haven't forgotten that, even after all this time. I got to find the other picture, god damn it. All right, everyone's aware of the Alzheimer's stream, so I'm going to switch to my usual there. Give me the money. But also save your money for Adriana later. Because you could win bottles, unlike here, where you can just help me buy mustache wax, I suppose. All right, back to the branding. I don't know why the stuff is under brand, but it is. Nope. Shit. I don't think I have it on hand. Balls. Something my dad posted recently. There's a picture of my brother and me. Sweet. It's not what I want. I could use that for a different stream. Can't find it. I know it exists. That'll work too. I have a lot of random pictures, by the way, of stuff and situations I've been in. Me with many people over many years. It was glorious. Pictures of my cat. That's sad. Well, man. I have no idea. I will find it and I'll post it because, watching me scroll through stuff isn't exactly entertaining. But I do want to show a picture of my dad because it's Father's Day and I feel like I should do that. think the only picture I've actually shown on stream is of him and my mother for their anniversary, which was in April 30th, I believe. I should know that offhand, but my brain is not the best place. Let's check. Oh, I just have to check my dad. Really? You probably don't know what that song is. Where, oh, where? Oh, where could he be? What is that? That's going to bug me. Where has my little dog gone? I'm not quite sure what that... Okay. My brain is a fun place to be. The randomest shit goes in there, and I have no idea where it came from. Ow. Here we go. One of my favorites. Let's get this rolling here so you can see the glory of me and my dad. Look at those pants. That's me, if you couldn't tell, the tiny creature with the hand. But happy Father's Day, Dad. This is before we got into whiskey. Who knew? And those pants. Damn. I need pants like that. That shows you how old that photograph is, if nothing else. That was a long time ago. So, but I figured you kids would like that little nod to the Father's Day. Ooh, this smells much better now. It's a whiskey talk, sorry. I ramble. Yeah, I just call it musings, though. I don't think KillCo whiskey ramblings would sound as well. Maybe. Some people would be curious at the very least. This is more caramel smelling now, I think. I can hear the birds again. Can you hear the birds? Let me know if you can hear the birds. They're loud. I'm trying to nail the spices here. Part of me wants to say star anise, and I don't know why. I don't think that's the case, but that's the one in my brain. I said baking spices, and that just means cinnamon and brown sugar to me. Oh, there's something else in here. What is that? There's still a hint of that nail polish remover smell. But it feels like that's something else. That's what's bothering me. That's the kind of stuff that I both enjoy and both drives me crazy about whiskey, is when there's a smell that's very prominent and very specific. I have no idea what to call it. It's familiar. And it's usually something I like or do not like. This one I don't particularly enjoy because, as I said, it's the closest I can get is nail polish remover. Oh, yeah. It is spicy. Oh, I want to go into the notes for this whiskey. So, on to the thing that I need to do the thing. I remember how to do that. Where is it? Oh, it's so confusing. You have to share the screen, but you're not actually sharing the screen. You're just sharing a tab on a browser. So, yay. There we go. Bam. And now I can't see the screen. Is it working? What? Blasphemy. Didn't work. Try again. It worked last time. There we go. That was weird. So here we go. Here we go. I'm in tiny mode. And we are looking at the age 12 years, 1792. Donated generously by Amy Bone. Now I actually have to go and find the page there. Where is it? There we go. Scroll down. You can buy it online, apparently. So what the hell? Silver medal, gold medal, double gold medal. I don't care. Show me the info I want to see. Where is it? I know it was here. Son of a bitch. Oh, there we go. It's right in the top. No wonder I didn't see it. So it just has tasting notes. It doesn't have actual nosing notes. These flavors of vanilla and cocoa abound in this full-bodied bourbon. Spending 12 years in oak, delicate fruit notes in this whiskey are met with a lingering smoky finish that is more complex than most. Well, there's kind of like a dry thing. I wouldn't call it smoky by any means, but I get what they're going for. Vanilla on the taste. Cocoa, I like the idea of. Ouch. Pretty sure that's not what I smell. Let's go back to normal mode. How do I do this? There we go. But that's the official info about this whiskey. And now I'm just going to think about vanilla and cocoa on the taste, unfortunately. I didn't talk about the nose. Which is fine, but, you know, it'll be nice. Ooh. Maybe a little vanilla sweetness at the start, but mostly it's spicy and dry to me. Like it's initial spices, and then your whole tongue goes dry, which I guess they attribute to smokiness, which I don't quite understand. I do, well, there is something about it which I'm trying to get my head around. Something about the drying sensation you get. I don't want to say there's an ashtray feeling, because that doesn't feel great as a phrase, and I think specifically about peated scotches when I say that. But there's something about the way it dries out your tongue, I guess. Oh, okay. I get it. In my head now, it makes sense. So I don't smoke cigarettes, but I have, and probably will in the future, smoked something else. However, I do not like smoking stuff because, like cigars, even the other products I'm talking about, cannabis, obviously. It's legal here, or legal-ish around here, medically. What was my point? Smoke, in general, I don't like. One, singer's lungs, don't want to mess those up. And two, because of the way it messes up your tongue and mouth and everything. And I feel that is what they're talking about, is when you are dealing with smoke of any kind and the things it does to your tongue. It does something weird that I don't like. And that's why I'm not a huge fan of the finish on this one. And I only realized that, of course, after I checked their notes and it said smoky, which I don't think it's smoky, but I do equate it with the way my tongue feels if I have smoked something, which I do not like because I don't like smoke. I also don't like the fact that smoke clings to a person. It clings to your clothes. It clings to everything. And you reek. And I'm just not a fan of nicotine, so there's that. I avoid cigarettes and cigars actively. I will smoke a cigar only for a special occasion. I won't really enjoy it, and I feel like the whole thing will go to waste because I don't like it. As I mentioned, I did go through a phase as a teenager, as a 18-year-old, 16? I forget how old you had to be to buy cigarette type things. But I did cloves for a little while, and I did actually cherry cigarettes. Cherry ones. They're like cigars, except cherry. And they had little plastic things at the end. I did that for a bit. Wasn't great. Didn't particularly like it. But again, I don't like smoking in general because of how it makes my mouth feel and messes with my lungs, although I know cigars aren't technically something you inhale. And, you know, how smoke just sticks to the body. I don't know how I got on this rant, but I did. Back to the whiskey, which I am enjoying, but there are some noticeable weird things about it to me. One, that note I can't quite figure out, which reminds me of nail polish remover, which it could be attributed to it did say fruity in it, didn't it? Hold on, I'm going to check. It said something about fruit and that bothered me. Cocoa bound, full-bodied bourbon, 12 years, oak, delicate fruit notes. I don't get that. And if I did, it would be sort of an overly ripe fruit thing, which is not a good smell to me. But that's about as close as I can get as far as fruit goes. The only thing I can say about that smell is it's very noticeable and kind of sharp. So my nose definitely wants to do that kind of thing when I put my nose in here. That's not a horrible smell. It's just not one I like overall. And also because I can't describe it, I don't like it. I don't like things I don't understand. That's not a good thing to say. I am confused by things I don't understand. That's not much better. In whiskey, if I can't pinpoint what I think it is, it'll bother me. There we go. Oh, I forgot to do the thing. See, that's the problem with this, man. Whenever I do this to show off the bottle I'm trying to get, I have to do that to bring the overlay back because that's considered an overlay, which is dumb, but that's what it is. It's the only way to get show up without being weird. Please remember to like and subscribe. Yeah, please remember to like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Do it. Now, as far as video content coming up, I will talk about a few. I have some limoncello that I've been meaning to open, and I did a review of limoncello, I believe, in 2019, and I did enjoy it, but I got a different brand this time. And I do remember what I said specifically was it was basically Mike's Hard Lemonade tasting. I don't know if this other one will be like that, but only one way to find out. I have a Wilderness Trail Rye behind me. I guess I can show it off. I'll just show you because I know you want to see it. That sounds wrong. Here we go. The Wilderness Trail Rye. Gotta review this at some point. I don't know if it's anytime soon, but look at the glass on this. I showed this on Scotch Down Under stream. Scotch Down Under. And there's a fair amount of glass here. You can hurt someone with this. And this was recommended by the Mash and Drum. And I found I could get it. And I was given a big chunk of money, a donation that was very large, and said buy a bottle. And that's one that's typically outside of my pay range, which, again, I don't get paid. Outside of my capability to have easily. Thankfully, the whiskey community is extremely generous on YouTube, and thus I have 10 to 15 samples just sitting in front of me, and I've already polished off 2. This is another one I'm going to do an actual video about. It's actually a Vermont bourbon. It's going to actually, will you, won't you? Will you, won't you, will you? That shininess is not helping. Anyway, I showed it before. Smuggler's Notch Distillery. Straight bourbon whiskey from Vermont. And Smuggler's Notch is actually a place my parents have some sort of timeshare thing, and I've been there numerous times. Unfortunately, they like to go there in the summer, and it's a ski resort. Which drives me a little bonkers. I suppose I can, to some extent. I don't know, I would say exactly what the age is, but knowing it's 12 years old, I attribute the spiciness and that weird drying note to it. I wouldn't say I could taste the age, though. That's something that does come up in the review I do on my videos. I come across one part that says age, and I think it's on the palate, but it could be the nose. I forget which one it is. I want to say it's the palate. It is very spicy. But I wouldn't attribute that to age. Because of what I said earlier, when I took a first sip, it reminds me of Wild Turkey because of the spiciness. And Wild Turkey doesn't have an age statement. So blah. It might just be the mash bill, which I don't know. There might be a certain amount of rye in this, and I'm going to find out right now. 1792. 1792 12-year mash bill. Nope. Here we go. There's a certain webpage I've been using lately. It's called modernthirst.com, and they have a whole section about bourbon mash bills. Is this a Barton's product? It's not. It doesn't say that on the bottle. That's what confused me. No. Oh, there we go. 1792. There are other things here that confuse me. None of these say 12 year. Walking stick. I don't know what the hell that is. They have a high rye. They have a sweet wheat. I'm just going to say 1792 because the rest of them say unknown. Doesn't help. But the 1792 so far says 74% corn, 18% rye, and 8% barley. So there is a decent chunk of rye in here. Is that what's making it spicy? I don't know. But I'm not even sure what's the percentage to make something called a high rye. I know that's a thing, but I don't remember the exact percentage. I assume it's more than 10, but I don't really know. That's Barton. There are a lot of Bartons. I'm confused now. Because if there's more than one thing called 1792, I'm so screwed. No, that's the right one. Okay. Yeah, the confusing part was it doesn't say Barton's on the bottle. Normally it just says 1792. But now I know. So I'll add that to the list of places to go. Barton's 1792 Distillery. This is why I do these videos and streams, because I learned something I wasn't quite sure of. I've heard the word Barton before, but I did not realize it was Barton's 1792 Distillery. You know why? Because I don't look that shit up unless I have to. Unless someone directly tells me, as you just did, or I actually look it up myself. Which is weird, because I did just look at the 1792, but it was a different thing. It wasn't this webpage. That's weird. Learn more about 1792 bourbon. Boom. Ah. Oh, okay. Ah. So they have a 1792distillery.com, and then as soon as you click on learn more about the 1792 bourbon, totally different webpage, 1792bourbon.com. Thus the confusion. It looks completely different. Oh, and I was actually looking up what is considered a high rye percentage for a mash bill. Let's find out. This is how we learn. This is how I learn. I don't know about anyone else. Oh yeah, I was very happy to have the one I did, the full proof. It does stick out a little. It's a little odd for placement because it's just bulky, but I think that's kind of the point. It's bulky and short. That way, if it's on a bar or on someone's shelf, they typically have to put it somewhere near the front, because it's wider and it's shorter. So you're not going to see it if it's in the back. Much like many of these, like the Nika. I have to have this out. Well, you can't see it. Nika from the barrel's out front here, as is the Sexton, because they are squat and short. And if I put them anywhere else, you would not see them. I'm trying to think. Oh, this one's hiding because it's not actually a whiskey. I'm thinking of doing a fake review of this, or a terrible review. Bird Dog Blackberry Whiskey. I've heard good things, but if you look, it is 40%. That counts, sort of. It's flavored whiskey, but still, at least the percentage is right. Many flavored whiskeys are not technically whiskeys. Uh-oh, look out. Cheech is broadcasting. I'll do that too. I had this down below just because I want to get that goddamn bottle. But there we go. Alzheimer's fun. Be there. There'll be a lot of people. I'll say that. Many people will be there. I'm just curious to see how many whiskey tours you got, because I know there's Mash and Drum, ADHD whiskey, and I think Bourbon Bites as well. I think. So we'll see. We'll see who else shows up. It'll be fun. Oh. You hope you got some sleep. I don't know how late you were up, but I bailed out early because I'm tired. I'm always tired. It's okay. 5 minutes to go. Red alert, as we say on Scotch Down Under channel about this time. I guess I can snag that. I'm the one who says it usually because I'm the one who wants to be done after 2 hours, unlike Ken, because as you may know, he does very long streams, and I can't do that. I freak out. I drain. I'm drained now, but not too bad. I'm okay. I got to ask the question before I forget. What percentage is a high rye bourbon? That should make sense. Most bourbon mash bills contain corn, barley, and rye. The more traditional ones have 8% to 10% rye. A few bourbons stand out with a high rye content. It makes for a bold, spicy flavor. Four Roses Single Barrel has the highest rye count of any bourbon on the market at 35%. So I guess more than 10% is considered a high rye, I suppose. I like Four Roses, by the way, so apparently I enjoy high rye stuff, but not too spicy. I like a mellow spice, I suppose. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's fine. So you're going down the road that Scotch Down Under is going down. It's not a safe road to go down, man. Get some sleep, for fuck's sake. Ow. But again, I have extenuating circumstances to where I can only do so much socializing at once, or else I burn out, and I'm already pretty close to that area right now because of all the actual stuff I've been doing the past few days. I've actually... Friday was a big night with its bourbon night. Saturday was Scotch Down Under. Saturday night, I also stopped by Cheech's stream on Whiskey Encore. And then today, I'm doing this stream. I'm going to watch its bourbon night next. And then Adriana's stream, which is going to be just bonkers. Hopefully, she'll be able to do it in 2 hours. But I can't even do a simple double tasting in 2 hours. I still have whiskey in my glass, and I have less than 2 minutes left. Ugh. Pikesville? I'll say no, but I've definitely heard of Pikesville. I don't remember why. That's Bird Dog. But as far as having a bottle, no, I've never had a bottle. I may have sampled it before, but I do not remember. Whoa. Cheers, Big Vic. Thank you for showing up. We're about to shut it down, but thank you for being here. Oh my God, give me the ribs. Yes, and happy Father's Day to you and yours. Whoever you may be. Not me. I'm not a father. I don't know if it's a good idea to pass on my genetic data because of what a mess I am. Also, that would involve a female. And, yeah, anyway. Whiskey. Whiskey is the only woman I love. That doesn't make it any better, does it? Oh, if everything hurts. All right. All of you are here. First of all, like and subscribe. Have a Patreon. Most importantly, Adriana's stream later this evening. I will be going over to It's Bourbon Night right now. Well, almost right now. And I will be hanging out on their stream. And again, thanking them for being on mine on Friday because that was epic. If you didn't watch that video, you should. It was a nice surprise, and it was a lovely chit-chat with them. Hopefully they'll come back someday. I'm definitely not anticipating they will, but it's always nice to have returning special guests kind of thing. And they're always going to be mystery guests until, who knows, maybe I've thought about the idea of making it like KillCo's Corner, talking in KillCo's Corner, something like that. Talking doesn't sound like the West word. Interview, that's not it either. KillCo's Corner. Doesn't sound great. We'll see. Anyway, we're coming up in the last 10 seconds here. I will see you on It's Bourbon Night. Big stream at Adriana Whiskey Mountains. I will see you there. As always, Live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you out there.